Well, how is your fantasy season working out? Must be pretty good if you follow this guy, Jake Ciely, on The Athletic every day, and he joins us here again on the Huddle every week. Jake, Coach Bill Callahan says that he's going to run the ball first and pass later with the Redskins. Does that mean that we might see a big week out of Adrian Peterson and maybe Chris Thompson?
This might be the one game left for the rest of the season where you can see Adrian Peterson getting 20-plus carries. This is the matchup you want. Both defenses are pretty awful, and both defenses are especially awful against the run. So if you're looking for a week to use Adrian Peterson, this is it, and Chris Thompson should be involved. Though we've been talking about it all along, I still wouldn't avoid Terry McLaurin. McLaurin needs to be in your lineup still.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you think that when Callahan says, I want to run first, pass later, it's just because they're playing the Dolphins?
No, I think that's who Bill Callahan is. And I don't think he's the coach of the future. I think that it's O'Connell, and I think that you're going to be looking at a great mind of the future, hopefully. And I think he fits really well with Dwayne Haskins, but that's next year. For now, it's going to be run-focused to try and just hopefully get through the season.
You don't think Mike Tomlin's going to get that job, huh?
No, it'd be ideal.
It would be for the Redskins. On the other side of the ball, the Redskins' defensive backs have been struggling. Is that good news for the Dolphins receivers?
It is. Look, Josh Norman still plays enough to be a little mildly concerned, and it is the Dolphins' offense, which has been struggling. I will say this. It depends. We'll find out by game time, but if Albert Wilson's out there, for the Dolphins, the slot corners, the slot options for the Redskins have been awful this year. That's where you attack the Redskins. If he's out, Preston Williams is very intriguing as well.
All right, even though the Vikings have been run first the past several weeks, this week they face that tough Eagles run defense.
Yes.
Do you think that this could be a breakout week for quarterback Kirk Cousins?
He's actually my sleeper quarterback of the week. So I do think so, because the one thing that you want from Kirk Cousins, look, we've seen enough of him when he was with the Redskins. You don't want him to think too long because he usually gets too aggressive and makes poor decisions. So the good thing about the Eagles is they have a terrible secondary, but they still rush the quarterback really well. It's a really weird mixture. So he's going to have to make quick decisions, but that's good news for Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen against that secondary.
All right, and still the biggest surprise seems to be Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he looks terrific so far. It was a bad week for him, but that's the first game he's had where he hasn't scored 21 points because of the rushing upside. He's on pace for 900-plus rushing yards. That's what makes him so good, specifically in fantasy. Not the best passer, but an amazing fantasy quarterback.
If you got Jackson, you got to steal. The great Jake Ciely, follow him every day on The Athletic and every week here on The Huddle.